What's up, guys? I'm all cozy in my couch because we are gonna chit chat about my social media break, how long it lasted, and what did I actually do during that time. So I decided on March 14th to take a social media break. It was literally on a whim. I didn't plan it, but it was just something that I felt inspired to do, and I did it. I even had upcoming trips. I'm like, okay, I'm going on all these trips. I'm not going to share anything. My anniversary was coming. I'm going to be off the grid. And let me tell you, it was exactly what I needed. So to rewind a little bit, early when the year started, I knew that I really wanted to work. Like, part of my New Year's resolutions was I wanted to work on my dependency/addiction to my phone. And I went out and I bought a book, How to Break Up with Your Phone. I started listening to it and I started implementing stuff, and it was going really good. I was like making little changes. Like, one of the things they talk about in the book is not like being in public spaces and not being on your phone scrolling. So I would go like doctor's appointments or just be like in an elevator and like not being on my phone and just like being present in the moment. And I was like making those small little changes, but I still felt a big draw, a big part of the problem why I'm always picking up my phone is because of Instagram. And as a content creator, like, yes, we create things and we want to interact with people. Like, it's why we do it. We love it. I know. I mean, let me stop talking about everyone else and talk about me. I love sharing what I do on the internet. Usually I'm sharing recipes, tips, giving value. Like, I get so much out of this. But for me, it was just becoming something that was just completely out of control. I was caught up in what I call the Bermuda Triangle, which is when you're just looking at all your platforms and you're checking the comments, the likes, the DMs. Then I go to YouTube and I check the comments, the likes, and you just do that like all day long. And I've heard other people talk about this, but I definitely, or like you rewatch your stuff. You'll just like share like, okay, is my content good? And then like you're watching it, and then you just spend so much time just not really being present because you're so busy like sharing things like in the moment as they happen. And I was just drowning in this way of being. But guys, I have been like this. I have been sharing my life on socials, at least, you know, I've been on YouTube for over 12 years, but on sharing like daily vlogs, it started out Snapchat, then it went to stories, Instagram, for the last 6 years. And I've never taken a break this long. The closest I ever got to that was a few years ago. I started to take Sundays off. I'm like, Sunday is my Sabbath. That's my day of rest. And I use social media for work. So I'm going to like not use social media anymore. And I stuck to that. So I knew it was like possible to not be on Instagram. But anyways, I'm sharing all of this openly without any shame, guys, because I know I'm not alone. I mean, I go out and I just see everyone's like this, you know? And I realize that, or I understand that these devices are made, these social platforms are created to make us addicted, and they're definitely doing their job. Depending on them, they want us to see the ads, so they want us to they want people to keep creating content. They're even paying us now for our reels. They're paying us for this content so that we can get the attention and they can sell the ads, right? Go watch The Social Dilemma on Netflix. And it kind of will open your eyes to like just the, you know, like the strategic manipulation and strategy they use to keep us addicted to our phones. And I realized that I was just like, I was there, right there with my hands. Like, I was fully addicted to my phone, scrolling, not being present, always sharing, not being in the moment. And, you know, so when the new year started, that was like January, February, so March, 3 months into like my getting a handle on my cell phone addiction, I decided that I was going to take a month off. And it kind of happened. It was like perfect timing because I was transitioning out of my old business and starting a new one, which did allow me the flexibility. With my old business, I definitely could not leave social media for 30 days because I needed to make my sales, and I use social media to do that. So if I took 30 days, I would most likely not hit my sales goal. So I actually decided that I was going to transition out of that, which led me to, let me get some back support here, which led me to be able to take this break. It was kind of like perfect timing. But anyways, I wanted to specifically share like what I did in these 30 days and why it was something that I absolutely needed. I feel like I was under a spell, you guys. Like I had been saying for years that I want to finish my ebook, that I want to go back to YouTube, that I want to be more present, not so addicted. Like these are all things that I have been saying for years, but I physically could not break them. Like just like a drug addict, just like a crackhead, like I could not find a way to break some of these habits. And so when I decided to do this fast on a whim, this social fast, it felt so right. It just felt like this is what I need. And within that first week, I just realized like this is going to be so good for me. We actually, that first week, went on vacation with my family. I didn't share a single thing. I was barely on my phone. I didn't take my phone anywhere. And it was just so nice. I got like a taste of that. And anyways, I have my laptop here with some of my notes that I wanted to share. But so I got a handle on my cell phone addiction, just like not picking up my phone, not scrolling. Like it got even better when I got off of Instagram. I stopped mindlessly scrolling, picking up my phone a million times a day. Like literally I would just leave my phone. And that is something that I have been wanting to do for so long, is just like not have my phone on me, not needing my phone, just like leaving it in the room. Anyways, I launched a new business. Like in the middle of this fast, I launched a new business and I was able to just focus on my students. So for those of you that don't know, I have an 8-week group coaching program where I work with stay-at-home moms or just women. It's mostly stay-at-home moms who have just lost their spark. They're kind of on autopilot. They don't know their purpose. They are just kind of like going through the motions of life and they're just not happy. And I help women to bring back their spark, help them discover their gifts, their talents, and how to start prioritizing their needs, their self-care. And it has been like, it was amazing. I got to just focus on my students. We meet every week and I have lessons, like there's a whole course, and I just got to like work with them and just pour into them. And it became the highlight of my week, like meeting with them. And it was just amazing. So during that time, I was just able to focus on Align and Shine, and it was perfect, just what I needed. I was able to be more present, like just being places and not needing to take a picture of my food. Like for the first time ever, I went out to eat multiple times, so many times. And I didn't take a picture of my food. I was just like present in the moment, present with the family. We would play games and just like my phone was not a distraction. I got back to YouTube. I have been wanting to get back to YouTube forever. And I figured like if I'm not going to be sharing stories, I still want to like capture moments, but I did it on my terms, my time, and in a way that felt authentic where I could still be present. So an example was we went to the beach and I was with the family playing in the ocean, the sand, the entire time. At the very end, I decided to do a meditation. And I thought, you know what, babe, film me like just meditating. Obviously, like that was created. But I said, film me meditating. And on the way to the car, I'm going to just talk about how I've been meditating. So I did. I got some footage. The video is right here. I got some footage. And then I just shared like, hey, I've been meditating. This is what I've been doing. Maybe like a 5-minute video. And that was it. Like that was all. It did not consume my whole day. Where before I would share like on our way to the beach, just got to the beach, my feet walking in the sand, then the ocean. Like I would have overshared. I was just like so caught up with just oversharing and I just didn't know how to break it. But anyways, I broke it. And it brought me back to YouTube and to be able to like create, like have specific days where I'm like, I'm going to go on a solo date and I'm going to film this, or I'm going to have a fun family day and I'm going to vlog this thing. But just again, being present, it just feels different. I'm still present. I just capture a few short moments and then on with our day. And then, yeah, I told you I went on vacation. Like I didn't share a thing. And so I guess what I want to just say is that sometimes we need something to just like wake us up. And sometimes for people, it's like a tragedy. It's a health scare, something like that. And I am just so thankful that the events in my life happened the way that they did, that I made the initiative in January to do something about my cell phone addiction, my dependency to my phone, oversharing. Like I decided to do something. I bought a book. I didn't just stay in that, state. Even though I've been wanting to make these changes forever, it's like something happened this year that I was like, enough is enough. And I took that initiative to make these changes. Anyways, I highly, highly recommend taking a step back, taking a break. I'm going to share part 2 of this video, which is what to do when you take this break, like how to actually take a break effectively and make it count for yourself. I cannot go back to Instagram the way that I was doing things. I can't. I don't want to. It was not serving me. I still want to share my life, but it cannot be the way that I was doing it before. So I'm thrilled that these changes came about. I feel so hopeful. I feel this feeling of like freedom, just a light feeling where I was just able to like focus on myself, my family, and what really matters. And it has just been so awesome. So anyways, I highly recommend it. I think like it was life-changing, truly life-changing. I cannot go back to how I was doing things. And so this is the new here, just being present, being a present mom. That was so important to me because I was already getting the comments from my kids, the ones that you pretend they're not, sometimes they can be little punks, like, you're always on your phone. I'm like, excuse me, I am like, planning our trip next week, like, relax. But it was happening way too much, that my kids were calling me out on it. And I'm just like, this cannot keep being my story. This is not, my kids are still young enough that I could turn this around. This is not going to be my story. So maybe you need to ask yourself the same thing. What is your story? What story do you want to be able to tell? What memories? How do you want people to remember you? What interactions do you want to have? Like, I don't know. These are just the things that I think about. But anyways, that's it. Watch the next video if you are curious on maybe feeling like you need to do the same thing. I'd love to know if you've ever taken a social media break. How did it go for you? Did you just go back to your old habits? Let me know. I know that it's going to be a challenge, but I'm super mindful and I'm super aware now. And like I said, I can't go back. I cannot go back and I won't. So, all right, guys, bye-bye.